quality of availability is an important character quality that ensures that we are available to meet the needs of those we are responsible for, without being distracted by things that are not as important. Availability also means we are committed to the things that we begin until they are properly done. In the Bible, a young girl named Esther demonstrated this characteristic in very powerful ways. Esther's mother and father had both died, and Mordecai, her older cousin, had adopted Esther as his daughter and raised her in his own home. Esther was very beautiful in both appearance and in character, but this did not happen by accident.
Mordecai,
Yes.
why do you think the other women around here are ugly compared to me? Sometimes it's a burden to be a rose among the weeds, and their ugliness makes me feel sad inside.
Oh, darling, have I failed you so? I'm terribly sorry to tell you that your beauty has begun to affect you, darling. You see, many of these so-called ugly girls you speak of are actually a lot more beautiful inside than you are in your current state.
What are you talking about? I have over 1,000 followers on Babblebutt, and they love me.
Yes, but how many of these Babble bookers actually know the real you and what you're like off camera, darling? You see, the real question, darling, is what does God think of you?
Don't you think that God thinks I'm beautiful?
Oh, I know he does. I know he does. But you see, true beauty is when we allow God to have control of our lives, when we allow him to put his very character and nature inside of us, that our true beauty shines. And outward beauty will not last for just a moment, but inner beauty lasts for eternity. Never gets old. No one can take it away from you.
You know, Mordecai, God has been tugging at my heart saying the same thing. To be honest, I don't even really like myself, despite all the followers and loves and likes. Can you teach me how to be more beautiful?
Oh, I can, darling, but it's all about who you live to impress, who you want to be in control of your life. Do you want your Babbelbook followers? Do you want to be available for them, or for the loving God who created you and gave you all that you have?
Well, I want to be available for God, so that he can use me in any way that he sees fit.
Yeah.
And blesses me, we can work on this together.
While Esther is wisely choosing to live a life that is beautiful and available to God, in another part of the city where Esther lives, a queen who is also very beautiful is about to be removed from her place as queen because she was not available when she was wanted. I just want to thank all of you for coming. It's been an amazing celebration, 180 days of feasting and meeting people and having a great time. And this is going to be the last day of the feast, and I have got something amazing for you guys. It's going to be the incredible, the beautiful, the intelligent Vashti is going to be coming and sharing something really special with you. Vashti, come on in here. Vashti? Vashti! I'm just going to send a servant to go get her for me.
So like I was saying, girls, the king is really kind of an idiot. I mean, who has a party for 180 days? Right? I know.
Well, you're the best, Ashley.
I know. Anyhow, I'm the real brains around here.
He is
And-
amazing.
And the king pretty much does whatever I tell him to do. Ugh. What are you doing here?
The king wants to introduce you to his guests at the feast he is having right now.
Can't you see I'm busy right now? In fact, I don't really want to meet the king's dumb friends. I have a better idea. We'll have our own gathering and party here. We'll paint nails. We'll do lipstick. It'll be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That'd be great.
Uh-huh.
Did you just say that?
Why don't you scurry on back to the king? I don't have time for you to be here. Or
Sure, that's a message that you want to send him? Like, remember what happened to the other queen?
Are you still here? Unless you're here to help me paint my nails, why don't you scurry on back to the king? Unless you want me to hit you with my crown. Ugh, nerve.
The servant returns to King Xerxes and tells him everything that the queen said. The king is angry, and a little embarrassed, and decides that he must remove Queen Vashti as queen. After a few weeks, it is decided that a new queen must be found.
Oh, I am thirsty. This finding a queen is getting tiring. I get to see some pretty girls and such, but a lot of them ain't so pretty on the inside, and, well, I don't want to be responsible for getting another Queen Vashti for the king. She ain't so pretty on the inside. Well, oh.
Excuse me, sir. You look thirsty and tired. Would you like some water? You don't have to pay for it.
Oh, wow. That's the kindest thing that's happened to me today. And say, you look old enough to be marrying. I could pay you money, and yeah.
What? How dare you talk to me like that? If Mordecai were here.
Well, yeah, I think you got the wrong idea. I can pay you money, but not for what. Yeah.
I am not the kind of woman that takes money for a proposal, and you can't talk to me like that.
Whoa, what is going on here? Bob, what are you doing? And Esther, why are you slapping him? This is Bob, one of the king's most trusted servants. He's worked his way all the way up from gardener to now he's searching for a queen to replace Queen Vashti.
Well, you got here just in the nick of time. This girl just about took my head off. Yeah. Well, Esther, is it? I have to say though, I like her feistiness, and that tells me something about her. On the inside, I think she knows what's right, and I think she's got a beautiful character on the inside, and that's, I think, what the king needs for a queen. Esther, would you come today to visit the king?
Esther reluctantly agrees to meet the king, and a bond is formed between them. After many months, the king makes his decision, and Esther becomes the new queen of Persia. But Esther's greatest test of whether she will be available to God and her people is about to begin, and it all starts with a man named Haman.
Alright. Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Getting the respect I deserve! Yeah. It is so good to come into a city and be recognized for the God I am. Except for him over there. Hey, you! Hey! I'm here now. You can get on your knees. Show some respect.
I think not.
Listen. I can have you put to death.
Oh, you may indeed have me put to death if you so choose, but I will only bow to one thing and one thing alone, and well, that's the God of Abraham, the ruler of the entire universe.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute. You're one of them Jews, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
You Jews are a stubborn bunch. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for you. Today I'm gonna let you live, but tomorrow it's gonna be a different story. And I'm gonna make it worse than you think. In fact, all the Jews in this city, I'm gonna see to it that when I kill you, I'm gonna kill all the Jews in this city.
How evil. Lord, you are good, though. You will have mercy.
Haman is so angry at Mordecai's refusal to bow down to him that he tricks the king into making a law that allows anyone who wants to kill as many Jews as they want on a certain day. All of the Jews in the city are in a state of shock.
I'm in a state of shock! Why is King Xerxes trying to get rid of us? And why are you so calm? Did Queen Esther forget to give him a birthday present or something?
No, I think this has to do with Haman. I refused to bow down to him last week, and he started saying something about killing as many Jews as he could.
Oh, That man has some serious anger issues. That's way overkill.
Right! We need to get this message to Queen Esther as soon as possible.
You're right.
A little while later, Mordecai talks with Esther.
Oh, this is terrible news. I had no idea what Haman was doing, but I just can't go up to the king ever since he's been rejected by the queen. Vashti, he has some serious issues. You can't just go up to him and talk without being asked. And if you do, you'll be killed unless you have the golden scepter.
I understand, even the Queen, but your husband needs some real therapy, I think. But it's too late for that now. In a few weeks, every Jew in the city will be killed, including you and your family. If you are not available to do this, I know God will provide another who can, but God may have just made you for such a time as this. It's possible you're there to help and be the one to help deliver God's people.
Well, I'll be available, and if I die, I die.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Mordecai and the other Jews everywhere fast and pray for 3 days. At the end of the 3 days, Esther fearfully approaches the king, uninvited, not sure if she would live or die.
Whoa, stay right there. What are you doing coming in my presence without being asked? Don't you know the penalty for what happens when somebody comes in here? If they don't touch the scepter, there's going to be a lot of trouble. So this is kind of important that you not do... Psych! I'm just kidding. Get that terrified look off your face. Of course you can come in. Here, touch this thing.
I thought it was a gold scepter.
Well, Bob was playing around with the gold one and broke it, so I have to use this silver one until, he gets it fixed.
Oh.
I'm thinking of killing him.
Well, my king, if you're available, I would like to ask that you and Haman come in for a banquet.
Oh,
There is something that Haman has set in motion in the kingdom that I think it's really important that you know.
Oh. Well, you know what? If you were willing to risk your life to come in here and make yourself available like this, I don't see how I can't make myself available for... there's going to be lots of food and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in.
Okay.
The rest of this amazing story is that the plot Haman had to kill the Jews is exposed by Esther to the king, who is enraged at Haman. Haman is put to death, and the Jews fight and defeat those who sought their destruction. And all because one girl stood up in the face of great danger and made herself available for what God wanted to do for his people. In the story of Esther, we learn the importance of being available to God and available to the people of God, even when it is difficult and dangerous for us to do so. It was possible for Esther to be available to God because she knew that whether she lived or died, it was important for her to serve and honor the God who loved her, and to do all that she could to help God's people. The words to live by for this week are found in Matthew 6, verse 24. No one is able to serve 2 lords, for he will hate the one and he will love the other. You are not able to serve God and money. We are warned in this verse that we must choose carefully who we will serve, who we will be available to. There can be many things in life that we waste our time desiring and working for, but only God is really worth being available for.